Good morning, geometry class. Mr. Straits again. Hey, we're going to be looking at lateral and surface areas of a cone this time. We looked at lateral and surface areas of a pyramid. Now we're going to look at a cone. When you're thinking of those sugar cones that they have for the ice cream treats that you like, okay, this is a true cone. All right, places that you see a cone. Top of a rocket ship, could be on fireworks. Could also be flipped over and become a funnel. You could use a paper funnel, cut the tip of it off, and use it to pour gas in if you ever run out. Funnels, they're very helpful. What is a cone? Well, we're going to take a look at that. The cone that you have pictured in front of you, screen 1, the lateral area of a right cone. That means that if I was to take a line and draw it down here, this would be a right triangle with the lateral area, the lateral surface, the lateral height, and the radius. Okay, so we would make a right triangle. Okay, so that makes it a right cone. The formula for a right angle is the lateral angle equals 1/2 times 2 pi r, which is the circumference or perimeter of the base, and that's a circle, 2 pi r, times L is the lateral height. Okay, so this would be 1/2 times P times L if this were a pyramid. Okay, or LA equals pi r L, and that's because 2 times 1/2 is 1, and then you're left with pi r L left over. Okay, so we could use that as our formula, or you can use this if it's helpful to remember it. The surface area then is equal to the lateral area plus the base, and remember that the base is going to be the area of a circle, and that would be pi r squared. All right, being the surface area of a circle, or the area of a circle. Finding the surface area of a cone. Okay, so again, surface area, this is going to be surface area equals pi r L, slant height, plus the area of the base. Okay, so we need to identify some things. The slant height on this one, L, is 25 centimeters. Okay, the radius is 15 centimeters. Okay, so my lateral area, which would be 1/2 times 2 pi r, 2 pi times 15, okay, times the lateral slant, or the lateral height, which would be the 25. Okay, now again, the 2 and the 1 is 1, or the 2 times 1/2 is 1. So then we're going to have pi times 15 times 25, which would make a 375 pi. Okay, so there's the LA. Okay, the base. Let me change the color on the base. We'll go to navy blue. And the base would equal pi r squared, which would be pi times 15 squared, which is 225 times pi. All right. Now, I'm to answer this in terms of pi, so we're not going to worry about simplifying pi's. The SA, then, the surface area, is 375 pi plus 225 pi, which gives me 600 pi centimeters squared. Okay. Now, if they had asked us to round it to the nearest area, and we were to try to get this pi down to whole numbers or decimals, and then round it to the nearest whole number, the surface area for this would be approximately 1,885 centimeters squared. Okay, this is what they asked for in the instructions, so that's what we would give as our exact answer. Next slide. The radius of the base of a cone is 16 millimeters. Okay, or 16 meters. So we're going to try to draw a picture. Let me get a little more there, and then I'll get my cone looking like that. The radius then is 16 meters, and the slant height is 28 meters. Okay, so my lateral area on this one Lateral area is 1/2 times 2 times pi times 16. And again, the 1/2 and the 2 cancel out as 1. So that gives me a 16 pi times the 28. Okay, 16 times 28 gives us a 448 pi. And so my lateral area is 448. Now that's the whole way around the top here. Okay, that's the cone. Now the base down here is pi r squared. So that would be pi times 16 squared. 16 squared is 256, so this would be a 256 pi. So the surface area then is the lateral area, 448 pi, plus the base, 256 pi. Add those together, I'm going to get 704 pi, and on this one it's meters squared. That would give us the exact answer in terms of pi. All right, we'll go down to the next one. Number 4. Now we're going to find the lateral area of a cone. That means that the base up here is hollow. It's open. So we don't have the base or the top part. Okay, now as I look at this cone, I see that it's 80 millimeters across, which means that the radius, that'd be the diameter, the radius would be half of that. That's 40 millimeters. Okay, need to know the R, and we need to know the lateral height. Well, we've got this height of the cone, and it is a right cone, so we're going to have a right angle, and the height is 45. What we want to know is this over here is the L. We said this was 40, so we would have an a squared plus b squared equals c squared, Pythagorean theorem. 45 squared plus 40 squared equals, let's use L squared for this one to get that lateral height. Okay, and that's going to give me 2025 for 45 squared plus 1600 for 40 squared is L squared. Add those together, we've got 3625. And that's L squared, and if you take the square root of both of those, okay, I'll take the square root and the square off of the L, and it leaves us with about 60.208 for L. Okay, that's the L. Now, the lateral area is 1/2 times 2 pi r times L. Okay, and that would give us the 2 and the 1/2 cancel. So now we've got pi times the r, and the r up here was 40, times 60.208. Okay, and if we take that out, 40 pi times 60.208, little line there in between, that's going to give us the LA is approximately 2,408 to the nearest whole number, or 2,408 pi millimeters squared. Okay, that'd be the nearest whole number. Okay, we got one more. It's the lateral area of this traffic cone. Traffic cones are yellow. You see them are orange, depending on what you got. But on this one, you've got a radius. So radius is 10 inches. And the height is 28 inches. Okay, round to the nearest whole number. Well, again, I have a right triangle here on a traffic cone. We're going to pretend that that traffic cone is not hollow like they make them. Okay, and that's going to give me a 28-inch height and a 10-inch radius. Again, right triangle, so we're looking for L out there. And again, 10 squared plus 28 squared would equal L squared. That's 100 plus 784 equals L squared, which is 884. And if we take the square root of 884, we'll get L. And L is going to be approximately 29.732. Okay, now, LA, the lateral area, is going to be 1/2 times 2, and they cancel out. So pi r times L. And L is going to be the 29.732, and the R was 10. Okay, pi, which is going to give us, move this over one place, and that would make it 297.32 pi, or we'll just go with 297 pi if we want to round it to the nearest whole number. That's close. Okay, so the lateral area would be about that. This is almost exact from our approximation there, and this is rounded to the nearest whole number. Okay, hope that gives you a feel for it. That would be our rounded to the nearest whole number. Now, they did not say to use pi on this, so let's take it one more step. Let's take the pi as 3.14, and we'll use it up in this one and multiply those together. So 297.32 times 3.14. Go ahead and just hit pi on your calculator and then round. And my LA would be approximately 934 square inches. Okay, that would give us rounded to the nearest whole number, 934 inches squared. Hey, I hope you're having a great week. I know this has been some crazy days. We got glad to get the snow out of there. Today was a really nice day, and hope you're having had a good weekend. See you later. Don't forget, contact me if you've got questions. Bye.